Do not be disturbed by the thoughts of others, for they know not what makes a good man. In a world where being social feels like an obligation, some things are not meant to be shared, according to some great Stoic thinkers. When you are on your path to growth and success, according to Stoicism, you should be doing it without outside interference. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts, according to Marcus Aurelius. And it's easy to let outsiders come into your mind and tell you how to live your life, what to do or not to do. When everything around you is falling apart, or when abundance and fulfillment happen, we, as humans, tend to hurry and share it. In a world where your voice can be heard instantly, through a phone or an online post, silence is the most important weapon on your journey, according to Stoic wisdom. Stoics knew this better than anyone. Achievements, success, and destruction are part of the journey. But if you're sharing them, you are not living them deeply enough to take you to the next level. Even if someone is trying to help you speed up or get a shortcut, in fact, more often than not, they are killing your growth. There was once a man who saw a butterfly trying to get out of a small hole in a cocoon. The man sat there for hours, waiting for the little butterfly to break free and fly, but nothing happened. So he decided to help. He got a pair of scissors and cut the cocoon. The butterfly finally got out, but its body was withered and its wings weak. The man kept looking after the butterfly, waiting for it to open her wings and start flying, but she kept crawling, helpless, and ended up dying. What the man didn't understand was that the butterfly needed to get out of the cocoon alone, going through a process where her body fluids went to the wings, giving it enough strength to break free and fly. Each one of us needs to go through this process. The 15 topics we're sharing today should be kept to yourself. You will understand their importance and why they truly matter at the end of this video. So please watch it carefully. 1. Don't talk about material possessions. Discussing wealth, belongings, and luxury, according to the Stoics, often leads to unhappiness and envy. It's easy to get caught up in chats about the latest technology, fashion, or extravagant holidays in our consumer-driven society. When we constantly compare ourselves to others based on material prosperity, we can become dissatisfied. Instead, the Stoics teach us to cherish life's modest pleasures, such as a good book or a walk in the woods. We can live a more contented and meaningful life by focusing on inner values rather than outer looks. 2. Other people's faults. The Stoics advocated against criticizing other people's flaws and inadequacies. It's all too simple to criticize and gossip about people's weaknesses in this day and age of social media and internet shaming. However, concentrating on the flaws of others often reflects our anxieties and can lead to a destructive cycle of negativity. Instead, Stoicism instructs us to develop empathy, acknowledging that everyone has challenges and flaws. We create a more pleasant and empathetic atmosphere around us by focusing on our character and self-improvement. 3. Don't talk about uncontrollable events. Stoics emphasized the futility of talking endlessly about things beyond our control, such as the weather or future uncertainties. In our era of constant news updates and anxieties about the future, we often forget that we have limited influence over many aspects of life. By fixating on these unchangeable factors, we can become overwhelmed and stressed. Stoicism invites us to live in the present and accept that some things are beyond our reach. Instead of complaining about the rain, appreciate the moments it brings, like cozy indoor activities or the soothing sound it creates. This mindset can help us lead a more tranquil and balanced life. 4. Avoid talking about past mistakes. Stoics advised against constantly revisiting our past mistakes or dwelling on regrets. In our self-critical culture, we often find ourselves ruminating over our past errors and missed opportunities. However, this self-flagellation doesn't lead to growth or happiness. Stoicism teaches us to acknowledge our past actions, learn from them, and move forward. By focusing on the present and the future, we can build a better version of ourselves. In doing so, we create space for personal growth and resilience, making us more adaptable to life's challenges. 5. The opinions of others. Stoics encouraged us not to constantly seek validation or worry about what others think of us. With the rise of social media and the need for likes and shares, it's easy to become consumed by the opinions of others. Yet living for external approval can lead to a shallow and inauthentic life. Stoicism suggests that we should live according to our values and principles, not the judgments of others. By staying true to ourselves, we can foster a sense of inner peace and authenticity, allowing us to lead a more fulfilling and genuine life. 6. Don't talk about future worries. Stoics discourage excessive anxiety about the future. Life is filled with uncertainties. It's natural to worry about what lies ahead. However, Stoicism reminds us that excessive fretting about the unknown can paralyze us. While planning and preparation are crucial, obsessively worrying about every possible outcome can be counterproductive. Stoics teach us to live in the present moment and take action where we can, while accepting that some things are beyond our control. This perspective can lead to a more peaceful and balanced life, free from the shackles of constant anxiety. 7. Fame and praise. Stoics advised against seeking fame and praise, as these pursuits can often lead to vanity and ego. In today's world, many people seek recognition and validation from a wider audience, from their followers or fans, from their family or friends. However, this constant pursuit of external approval can lead to a fragile sense of self-worth. Stoicism invites us to focus on our actions and virtues rather than seeking external recognition. By striving to be the best version of ourselves for its own sake, we can lead a more authentic and meaningful life. 8. Superficial pleasures. Stoics warn against indulging in superficial or hedonistic pleasures. In an age of instant gratification and consumerism, it's easy to get caught up in the pursuit of short-lived pleasures like binge-watching TV shows, excessive eating, or impulse shopping. These fleeting indulgences often distract us from the pursuit of long-term happiness and meaning. Stoicism encourages us to find inner peace and contentment through wisdom, virtue, and meaningful experiences, rather than constantly seeking superficial pleasures. 9. Avoid doing comparisons. Stoics discourage comparing yourself to others, especially in public, as it can lead to envy and insecurity. In the age of social media, where curated images of people's lives are constantly on display, it's easy to feel inadequate when comparing ourselves to others. This constant comparison can erode our self-esteem and breed jealousy. Stoicism invites us to embrace our unique path and focus on self-improvement instead of competing with others. By doing so, we create a sense of self-worth that isn't dependent on external validation. 10. Petty arguments. Stoics advise against engaging in pointless arguments and conflicts. In the digital age, it's all too common to get drawn into heated debates on social media, often over trivial matters. These arguments rarely lead to productive discussions and can drain our mental energy. Stoicism encourages us to seek meaningful conversations and productive discourse, focusing on issues of substance rather than petty disputes. This approach can lead to more constructive and harmonious relationships with others. 11. Trivial matters. Stoics suggest avoiding unnecessary discussions about trivial and inconsequential issues. The world is filled with distractions and trivial news. It's easy to get caught up in conversations that don't add value to our lives. Stoicism invites us to concentrate our energy on what truly matters, such as personal growth, meaningful relationships, and important life goals. By eliminating the clutter of trivial matters from our conversations, we create space for more meaningful and fulfilling discussions. 12. Complaining. Misery likes company. That's the truth. Jealous people enjoy having their jealous group, talking about how miserable their life is. Sick people enjoy getting surrounded by other sick people and comparing how bad their health is. Stoics emphasize the importance of not dwelling on complaints and negativity. Dwelling on complaints and grievances doesn't lead to positive change or personal growth. Instead, Stoicism encourages us to cultivate a positive mindset and gratitude. By focusing on solutions and the things we're grateful for, we can lead a more optimistic and fulfilling life. 13. Fear of death. Stoics encourage us to face our mortality with courage and not to obsess over the fear of death. In a culture that often avoids discussions about death, it's easy to live in denial and fear of the inevitable. However, Stoicism reminds us that death is a natural part of life and encourages us to live each day to the fullest. By confronting our mortality, we can find a greater appreciation for the present and embrace a more meaningful and fearless existence. When Emperor Nero ordered Seneca to commit suicide, he accepted his fate and even helped his family and friends understand and embrace the Stoic wisdom during his final days. 14. Self-pity. The harsh and cold truth is that probably no one cares about you or your feelings, the struggles you are going through, or the weight you carry on your shoulders. So you should avoid talking about that and avoid being a victim. Stoics advise against self-pity and feeling sorry for oneself. It encourages us to take responsibility for our actions and emotions, recognizing that we have the power to change our circumstances. By adopting a proactive mindset and striving to overcome challenges, we can lead a more empowered and resilient life. And finally, number 15, fear of failure. Stoics advise us not to dwell on the fear of failure. The fear of failing can be paralyzing, preventing us from taking risks and pursuing our goals. And talking about that increases the range of possibilities of failure. People will always find ways to bring you to their reality. They will figure out even more things that can go wrong, and that can be deadly for your future. Stoicism encourages us to face the possibility of failure with courage and resilience. By accepting that failure is a natural part of life's journey, that we never fail but learn, we can find greater appreciation for the lessons it brings and use it as a stepping stone toward success. So stay silent about your path. Embrace it in a virtuous and brave way, but above all, enjoy it and love it. Go through the hardships of life while keeping calm, knowing that even the worst thunderstorm eventually ends. But do it and don't break.